Imagine a wonderful scenario. You just step into your garden once, plant a few of your favorite vegetables, and then watch them regenerate year after year without having to start over. It sounds hard to believe that you don't have to replant them every season, right? However, Mother Nature always hides surprising secrets for us. In fact, there are many vegetables out there that behave just like perennial fruit trees. You just need to plant them once, and they will continue to multiply, sprout, and yield harvests for many years. You won't need to replant, no seed trays, no soil tilling each season. All you get is an abundant food source, a healthy, natural garden that requires almost no effort. In today's video, we will explore 20 special vegetables. They grow and thrive just like perennial fruit trees. These are vegetables you plant only once, but they can feed you many times, even almost forever. Make sure to watch until the end of the video, because some of these are extremely rare and often overlooked that even experienced gardeners don't know they exist. The last vegetables in this list are truly game-changing superstars, especially numbers 17 to 20. If you enjoy discovering how to grow more food with less effort, don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss practical and useful gardening ideas like these. It's completely free and really helps our video reach more gardening enthusiasts, just like you. So brew a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and join me in exploring 20 vegetables that grow like fruit trees. These are the ones you only need to plant once and harvest forever. Yes, without further ado, let's get started now. First on this list is the Jerusalem artichoke, also known as sunchoke. This is one of the most underrated vegetables you can ever grow, even rarely known. At first glance, it looks like a bright, cheerful sunflower, tall and full of vitality. But underground is where the real magic happens. It produces clusters of knobby tubers with a characteristic nutty flavor and are very delicious. Their flavor is a wonderful combination of starchy potato and sweetwater chestnut, and the best part is that once planted, you'll never have to replant them again. These tubers have the ability to self-propagate and multiply miraculously without your intervention. You just dig up the tubers you need, leave a few in the ground, and next season, they will grow back even stronger and bigger than before. Jerusalem artichoke is a true warrior. Tough, drought-tolerant, excellent pest and disease resistance, and still thrives even on the poorest soils. It doesn't require meticulous care or daily attention. It's completely self-sufficient. In fact, once established and rooted, it spreads so quickly that you can freely share with friends without fear of running out. This is the perfect plant for the philosophy, plant it and forget it. It's fine even if you ignore it. It grows on its own, feeds you, and regenerates year after year, like an eternal fruit tree but hidden discreetly underground. A little tip for you. Plant Jerusalem artichoke near mint or garlic chives to take advantage of their benefits. These companion plants naturally repel aphids and root maggots, protecting your vegetable garden. This smart combination keeps your soil healthy, fertile, and self-regenerating each year, like a mini food forest. Next up is horseradish, a true warrior in the world of root vegetables, unstoppable. Once horseradish takes root, it's nearly impossible to eradicate, and that's great news for you. Horseradish is a resilient perennial, surviving all challenges remarkably. Even a tiny piece of root left in the ground after harvest will quickly grow into a full plant. Horseradish thrives even when neglected, indifferent to pests and challenging even harsh frost. What makes horseradish special is not just its flavor, though its spicy kick is enough to wake up any boring meal, but also the way it always gives generously, non-stop. Just plant once, and horseradish will reward you year after year with large, abundant roots. Rich in characteristic flavor, vitamins, and natural health benefits, horseradish doesn't need fertile soil or frequent watering to thrive. In fact, this plant really likes to be independent and work alone without you having to interfere much. You just need to plant it in a sunny or semi-shaded corner of the garden, then let it grow naturally until you are ready to harvest. Dig up the roots you need, but always remember to leave a few roots in the soil for the plant to continue to propagate. This is the secret to a permanent, never-ending supply. Horseradish is a tough, loyal, and very independent plant that any gardener will love. Once you introduce it to your garden, it will stay there for life, year after year. Tip: planting horseradish near potatoes or carrots helps repel pests, and naturally promotes root development. This simple combination helps your underground crops grow healthy throughout the season. Next is sweet potato vine, a plant that provides food, beautifies the garden, and offers continuous, non-stop harvests. Most people grow it for delicious tubers, but actually this plant is a true triple threat. Its vines gently crawl along the ground, forming a natural mulch that protects the soil from high temperatures and erosion. Its heart-shaped leaves are perfectly edible and nutritious, like spinach, but sweeter and softer when cooked. Once you plant sweet potatoes, you have started an endless cycle in the garden. Even after harvesting the tubers, just leave a few small ones or a piece of vine in the soil, and the plant will immediately regrow. When the rain returns, it's like a message from nature. You will never go hungry if you know how to care for me. This vine loves sunlight, thrives in warm climates, and doesn't demand much. Just loose soil and a little water is enough. And here's something special. The more space you give it, the more it rewards you. It spreads out like a living carpet, interweaving shades of green and gold. Tip: plant sweet potato vines near beans or corn. They will together create a natural shading system that helps retain soil moisture for much longer. This great cooperation means you will have to water significantly less. And it doesn't stop there. Countless bountiful harvests await you ahead. Let's explore asparagus, the vegetable known as the king of patience and sweet rewards in the garden. Imagine investing once and reaping profits for years. Asparagus is that perfect investment. Plant it once, and you will harvest forever. You just need to take care of it in the first season, and then it will turn into a vibrant gift of nature, automatically returning year after year. Each spring, it becomes stronger and taller, carrying an elegant beauty with countless tender green shoots, signaling a new bountiful harvest. In the first year, you only know how to wait patiently, but it's a wait that nurtures dreams of endless harvests. In the second year, you will begin to see promising signs, like a commitment to outstanding productivity ahead. By the third year, you will enjoy the fruits. Fresh, plump asparagus spears harvested just days apart, keeping your table always full of greens. And here, the real magic begins. Imagine, with just one asparagus bed, you can harvest regularly for 15 to 20 years without ever replanting. Yes, that is the most effective long-term investment. Can you imagine? 2 decades of fresh, green food from just one planting. It is completely real. Asparagus loves sunlight and well-drained, loose soil. Once the roots have penetrated deep into the ground, it becomes extremely resilient, withstanding heat, drought, lack of water, and even times when you are too busy to care. If you are a forward-thinking gardener wanting to optimize your efforts, asparagus is the ideal choice. Plant once, have vegetables forever. 2 birds with 1 stone. The golden tip: in early spring, add a layer of well-rotted manure or seaweed around the asparagus base. This is a surprisingly effective and natural way to boost yield. This nutrient enrichment stimulates strong growth and makes the young shoots softer and thicker, ensuring harvest quality. With just a handful of this fertilizer each season, your asparagus yield can double. So simple yet effective, right? And now, let's discover rhubarb, a plant full of character and beauty, looking like it just stepped out of a tropical forest. But strangely, it thrives wonderfully right in your backyard. With its giant lush green leaves and striking red stalks, rhubarb is not only a standout visual highlight in the garden, but also a highly efficient vegetable production machine. Once deeply rooted, the plant will persistently emerge every spring, breaking through the ground with strong sprouts, ready to provide you with food, year after year, tirelessly. You just need to plant it once, that's all. From then on, it will quietly produce for 10 years or even longer, becoming a loyal companion in your vegetable garden. When harvested properly, rhubarb stalks have a tangy, slightly spicy flavor, rich in vitamins. They are perfect for making pies, delicious jams, or even unique savory dishes, a versatile ingredient for your kitchen. The most amazing thing? Rhubarb thrives when you're lazy with care. Just give it enough space, some quality compost, and a little patience, and it will take care of the rest. Imagine owning a fruit plant whose stems taste like candy. That's the secret dessert nature offers you. Golden tip: plant rhubarb next to chives or garlic. They will naturally repel leaf beetles and aphids without any chemicals. This is an extremely low-effort trick. It protects your crops while enhancing the flavor of the vegetables. Moreover, it creates a perfect, self-sustaining combination that lasts indefinitely. Next, meet a vegetable that lives up to its name, tree kale, also known as perennial kale. Imagine this, a vegetable that grows as tall as a bush, stays green all year round, and continuously gives you fresh, delicious leaves without ever needing to replant. That's the magic of tree kale. Once established and thriving, these plants can live up to 20 years. Every few weeks they produce new leaves, even when other greens have withered from the cold. This vegetable is rich in calcium, iron, and vitamins. Its flavor is smoother than regular kale, less bitter, with a richer, earthier taste. You can enjoy them raw, sautéed, or steamed, all delicious. The best part? They are incredibly easy to care for, requiring very little effort. You just need to occasionally prune back the branches to encourage new growth, and they will reward you with an endless harvest. Not only that, but tree kale grows very quickly, making it an ideal choice for a living hedge or a green privacy screen. They are extremely robust, resilient, and stay lush green all year round. This is truly a garden treasure. And here's a tip. Plant tree kale next to basil or marigolds. They will help repel cabbage caterpillars while attracting pollinators. That's a wonderful self-sustaining combination that lasts forever. And now, let's explore a vegetable that sounds like a myth, the Egyptian walking onion. This is no ordinary onion. This plant has a unique personality. As it grows, it produces clusters of tiny bulbs right at the top of the stem. When the bulbs become too heavy, they bend down to the ground, touch the soil, and root themselves, becoming a completely independent new onion plant. That's why it's called walking onion, a name that's both practical and amusing. It truly has the ability to spread itself across the garden, step by step, like a slow but relentless migration. You only need to plant it once, and it will keep multiplying, providing harvests year after year. Not only the underground bulbs, but also the stems and the cute little bulbs on top are edible, with a delicious, mild, and rich onion flavor. And the best part, this plant thrives in both cold and hot climates, requires almost no meticulous care, and is extremely drought tolerant. The Egyptian walking onion is not just a food, it is a symbol of movement, life, and the amazing ability of a plant to regenerate itself. An additional tip, plant it near carrots or beets. It will naturally repel root maggots and beet leaf miners, a smart way to protect two crops at once. Next, let's explore Malabar spinach, a tropical climbing plant that never gives up. This is not ordinary spinach. Instead of growing low and fading quickly, Malabar spinach climbs high, its glossy green leaves winding around trellises, fences, and even other plants, creating a lush green curtain that is both edible and nutritious. It is rich in iron, vitamin A, and antioxidants, and it keeps producing even during the peak of summer when regular spinach has long since bolted. Once you plant it, the vines will naturally reseed themselves. Even if frost withers them, they will revive as soon as the weather warms up, climbing back as if nothing happened. Truly, plant it once, and it's enough for a lifetime. This is the eternal green vegetable, thriving in hot and humid conditions, ideal for tropical and subtropical gardens. Its leaves are thick and slightly mucilaginous, perfect for soups, stir-fries, and stews, giving a distinctive flavor. And when it starts to flower, those little purple blooms add a splash of vibrant color to your garden wall. Tip: train Malabar spinach to grow next to beans or peppers. It will provide natural shade and help retain moisture for both plants, creating a perfect little ecosystem. Less watering, but more harvests. That's smart and efficient gardening. Now, let's talk about chayote, another amazing vegetable. Like a miniature fruit tree, this climbing vegetable possesses special qualities that make it one of the most miraculous plants in the garden. Known by names like vegetable pear or chayote, this plant grows on long, vigorous vines that can quickly cover an entire fence or trellis. The lush green leaves highlight the light green fruits hanging on the vine, creating a very appealing sight. Each fruit is crisp, juicy, and has a mild flavor, as if you are enjoying a wonderful blend of cucumber and apple. The plant's productivity is astonishing. In just one season, it can produce hundreds of fruits, turning your home garden into a food treasure. The best part is, once you plant it, it will automatically regrow every year without needing to be replanted. The roots of this vegetable remain alive underground through winter, and when the weather warms up, they sprout again, producing new vines each season. By planting just one plant, you can harvest baskets of fruit-like vegetables every year for many seasons without having to replant at all. This is truly a dream for those who love gardening but want to put in minimal effort while still enjoying abundant harvests. This plant loves sunlight and is not picky about soil. Even poor soil suits it well. Interestingly, the more you pick, the more fruit it bears, yielding even higher productivity. Not only the fruit, but the young shoots and leaves are also edible. They are very tender and taste delicious when stir-fried or used in soup. A little tip for you. Try planting chayote near corn or sunflower plants. These plants will grow into perfect and sturdy supports for the chayote vines to cling to, saving you the cost of building a trellis. This planting method not only saves space but also transforms your garden into a lush, vibrant food forest. Next up, Okinawa spinach, a low-growing green vegetable that has a vigorous vitality and continuously provides you with nutrition. This is truly a beautiful plant. Its leaves have a dark green upper surface and a deep purple underside, creating a very striking visual contrast. With its vibrant colors, it not only adorns your garden but also quietly provides you with fresh, delicious food every day. Native to Asia, Okinawa spinach is a resilient perennial plant that will accompany your garden for many years. Once rooted and established, this plant can grow vigorously year-round in warm climates and quickly recover after rains. This vegetable is rich in antioxidants, fiber, and essential vitamins. Its flavor is mild, slightly tangy, perfect for adding to soups, salads, or stir-fries. Many people even say it becomes tastier after cooking. Interestingly, this vegetable is closely linked to longevity in the traditional diet of the Okinawan people, a region famous for having some of the healthiest and longest-living inhabitants on the planet. This is an extremely easygoing plant that doesn't require elaborate care or much effort. Just give it a bit of light shade and moderate moisture, and it will automatically spread softly like a lush, vibrant green carpet, covering every patch of ground. This plant is perfect for edging garden beds or filling in empty corners, both beautiful and edible, a wonderful combination. An extra tip, plant Okinawa spinach next to lemongrass or ginger. They support each other very well. These companion plants help repel pests and improve soil smell naturally without chemicals. As a result, you will have a garden that is not only beautiful and fragrant, but also yields wonderful dishes grown by your own hands. Before discovering the next miraculous plant, I want to pause for a moment to ask you, dear gardening enthusiasts, if you are excited about these plant once, harvest forever ideas, please hit the subscribe button right now. It really means a lot to me. Your subscription helps the channel grow stronger, and also lets me know that you are passionate about discovering foods that almost grow themselves without much care. And hey, don't forget to drop your favorite vegetable name in the comments below. I'm really curious to know which one has surprised you the most so far, okay? Let's continue. Let's focus on the next plant, because it can completely change how you view your garden forever. Now, let's talk about moringa, a true superfood. This plant is often called the miracle tree, and indeed it is an extraordinary survivor in all conditions. Once you plant it in the ground, it grows at an astonishing speed, sometimes exceeding 3 meters in just one season, and it never stops bearing fruit. Every part of the moringa tree is useful, nothing goes to waste. The young leaves, pods, even the seeds. Its leaves are tender, incredibly nutritious, and taste like a perfect blend of spinach and matcha powder. With its rich content of protein, iron, vitamins A and C, moringa is a powerful weapon in the fight against malnutrition in many countries around the world. It can grow in places where most other crops give up, because it loves strong sunlight, tolerates drought well, thrives in poor soil, and regenerates vigorously after each harvest. Once this plant takes root and stabilizes, its vitality is almost indestructible. You can hardly destroy it. What makes everyone fall in love is that you can harvest fresh green leaves regularly every week. And what's even better, the more diligently you prune it, the more abundantly it grows, just like an endless renewable energy source for green food. A small but extremely useful tip: plant moringa next to lemongrass or basil. These companions will help repel leaf miners and mosquitoes, keeping your food garden lush and healthy. Moreover, the combination of scents from these plants brings an irresistible, enchanting fragrance to your garden. Next is sorrel, also known as roselle or Jamaican sorrel, a plant that is both beautiful and enriches the flavor of your home garden. With its dark red stems, lush green leaves, and brilliant red calyces, it looks just like an ornamental flower. But the interesting thing is that all parts are edible and extremely useful. Its leaves have a mild sour taste, similar to lemon, making them ideal for adding to soups or salads. The bright red calyces are used to make the famous Jamaican sorrel drink, both sweet and sour, rich in vitamin C, extremely refreshing. The special thing about the soursop tree is that after planting, it functions exactly like a real fruit tree. This plant has the ability to regenerate seeds even when you cut it down, and new shoots will return the following season with even greater vigor. This plant loves sunlight, thrives in hot tropical conditions, and requires very little, just well-drained soil and a bit of space to show off its brilliant colors. And when it blooms, the whole garden lights up in a festival of colors, full of joy. Another tip: plant sorrel interspersed with ginger or turmeric. They will improve soil health and make your harvest more flavorful. This is the wonderful fusion of spices, colors, and nutrients bestowed by nature. Now let's explore a true gem in the world of greens: perennial spinach, also known as Suriname spinach or Brazilian spinach. For those tired of having to replant over and over, this green is a godsend. Unlike common spinach varieties that quickly fade, perennial spinach can continuously produce its characteristic lush, crinkled green leaves all year round. After planting, it gently spreads over the ground, forming a low edible ground cover that both beautifies the garden and pleases the palate. The leaves are quite thick, slightly crunchy, and especially delicious when stir-fried or cooked in soups. Since this plant thrives in hot, humid climates, it is an ideal choice for gardens in tropical or subtropical regions. It prefers partial shade, grows quickly, and requires almost no maintenance. If you are looking for a super easy-to-grow green that regrows as you cut and yields continuously, this is what you need. And here's a little secret: plant perennial spinach next to ginger or turmeric. These plants will share nutrients and keep the soil free of pests and diseases. The result is stronger root systems and a lush, densely growing vegetable garden. Next is taro, also known as cocoyam, a tropical root vegetable that behaves just like a fruit tree but underground. As soon as you plant it, taro develops a deep and sturdy root system, getting stronger each year. Its leaves are large, heart-shaped, and extremely beautiful. They absorb sunlight like solar panels, providing energy for the thick, starchy tubers deep underground. These tubers are nutrient-rich, creamy, and slightly crumbly, becoming a staple food in many parts of Africa, Asia, and the Pacific. The great thing about taro is that it requires almost no fertilizer. This plant grows extremely well in moist or marshy areas where most other vegetables cannot survive, making it ideal for regions with heavy rainfall or poor drainage. After each harvest, the small tubers left in the soil will regrow the following season, meaning you only need to plant once, and the plant will continue to give you unlimited harvests. It is like nature's answer to the question, what if there were a plant that could sustain you for life? A small tip: plant taro near lemongrass or turmeric. They will repel snails and prevent rot, causing fungi, keeping your tubers clean and healthy. This is a wonderful natural defense to protect long-term harvests. Next, let's learn about winged bean, a plant that truly lives up to the promise of every part is edible. Originating from the tropics, this vine produces pods that look like small green stars, with 4 wings and a crunchy texture. But here's the really exciting part: you can eat all parts of the plant. The pods, leaves, flowers, and even the roots. All are edible and rich in protein. Once established, it grows like crazy, climbing over fences and trellises. Imagine receiving fresh beans just a few days after planting. Winged beans are truly a superfood for the garden. They thrive in heat, high humidity, and even on the poorest soils. Even better, they fix nitrogen, naturally enriching the garden soil without chemical fertilizers. As a result, each passing season makes your soil better, not weaker. With proper care, this plant self-seeds easily, giving you endless harvests year after year. Truly an endless gift from nature. This is like nature's answer to the question, what if there were a plant that could sustain you completely? Let this miraculous plant provide the answer. An extremely useful extra tip. Planting winged beans next to corn or moringa not only gives them something to climb, but also naturally boosts soil fertility. A perfect combination for your garden. This is a living food web, self-nourishing and self-sustaining without much intervention from you. A miniature ecosystem right in your garden. And now, let's move on to cassava, manioc, a true warrior in the plant world. This plant survives and thrives in the most difficult places. When you plant cassava cuttings into the ground, magic happens. It not only grows but also thrives vigorously even on poor soil and during dry seasons, where other vegetables often fail and die. Hidden underground are thick, starchy tubers that can stay fresh in the soil for months. They patiently wait until you are ready to harvest, without spoiling. What makes cassava so special is its simplicity. You don't need elaborate care or any fertilizer. It's like the least demanding companion in the garden. All you need to do is plant the stem in the ground, water occasionally, and ensure enough sunlight. That's it. It will do the rest. In just 8 to 12 short months, you'll have a bountiful harvest of cassava tubers, enough to feed the whole family. Even more interesting, if you leave a few pieces of tuber in the soil, new cassava plants will automatically sprout the following season without you having to replant. A wonderful cycle. Did you know? Even cassava leaves are edible when cooked. They are packed with protein, vitamins, and essential minerals for health. Truly, this is a perfect, self-contained crop. It continues to nourish you without requiring complicated tricks or much external intervention. A golden tip. Interplant cassava with beans or corn. This not only increases soil nitrogen but also naturally suppresses weed growth. So smart and effective. It's an easy and clever way to grow more food in the same area, optimizing your garden space. Now, let's discover arrowroot, the silent star achieving incredible feats in the gardening world. This plant deserves attention. At first glance, you might think it's just a tropical plant with lush green foliage, but don't let that simple appearance fool you. But hidden beneath that lush green foliage is a wonderful secret. Smooth white tubers from which you can produce one of the best, most digestible flours in the world. Arrowroot is gentle on the stomach, naturally gluten-free, and has been used for centuries as a healing food. A true superfood you shouldn't miss. Arrowroot is a resilient perennial plant. Plant it once and you can harvest endlessly. Once the roots are established, the underground rhizomes keep multiplying each season, just like a natural propagation machine. You just take the tubers you need, leaving a few small ones behind, and they will regrow fully without depletion. Over the years, the plant thrives in moist, shady spots, ideal for garden corners where other plants can't survive. Not only does it nourish your body with nutritious food, this plant also brings unexpected benefits to the soil. Its roots go deep, loosening compacted soil, allowing water and air to penetrate the lower layers, preparing fertile ground for future crops. A small but extremely effective tip. Plant arrowroot next to turmeric or ginger. They support each other wonderfully. This combination helps maintain ideal moisture and prevents root rot naturally without any chemicals. That is the perfect trio, stress-free, keeping your garden vibrant, balanced, and full of life. Next up is a vegetable that surprises everyone, Malabar spinach, also known by the beautiful name Basella alba or Indian spinach. This tropical vine is sadly underestimated. It is actually one of the best perennial greens you can grow. Its leaves are thick, glossy, packed with iron, calcium, and antioxidants. Remarkably, they remain tender and delicious under scorching sun when regular spinach has already wilted. Malabar spinach loves to climb. Just give it a trellis, fence, or small stake, and it will twirl around to form a beautiful green cascade. The plant produces a waterfall of edible greens year-round. The more you harvest, the denser the leaves grow, like an endless supply. You'll have a bottomless supply of nutritious leaves for soups, stews, and salads. And when the plant flowers, Its small purple blooms attract bees and butterflies, turning the garden into a pollinator paradise. Extra tip: plant Malabar spinach near sweet potato vines or okra. They will together create a mutually supportive ecosystem. These plants share nutrients, provide natural shade that keeps soil cool and moist. That's the simple secret to keeping your greens lush through all seasons. And now, a plant that will surely amaze you: bamboo shoots. Most people think of bamboo only as a fast-growing plant for fences or decoration. Few know its culinary potential. But some special species like Bambusa vulgaris or Dendrocalamus asper produce edible young shoots, and year after year they keep regrowing endlessly. Once bamboo has taken root and established itself, it begins to grow vigorously, like an unstoppable natural force, rising at an astonishing speed. Its underground root system spreads extremely deep and wide, continuously producing fresh young shoots each new season, creating an endless harvest. Harvest the young bamboo shoots when they are still tender and just emerging from the ground for the sweetest flavor and best crunch. Simply peel off the outer layers, blanch them in boiling water, and you'll have a crunchy, delicious vegetable perfect for stir-fries, soups, or rich curries. This is truly one of the greatest crops. Plant it just once, and you'll harvest continuously year after year. With just basic sunlight, a bit of space, and moderate moisture, the bamboo will grow and take care of itself without much effort or fertilizer from you. In fact, you may even need to harvest more to control its vigorous growth and prevent it from spreading uncontrollably into other areas of the garden. This is truly a pleasant problem that any gardener would envy, a sign that your garden is thriving. A very useful tip: plant edible bamboo near banana trees or ginger, and they will support each other naturally and sustainably. These plants will share shade and moisture, forming a balanced and sustainable mini-garden ecosystem that helps all thrive. This combination helps both the bamboo and its companion plants grow healthily, naturally doubling your harvest without extra fertilizer or care. Finally, let's explore a living legend among perennial vegetables: chaya, also known as the miraculous tree spinach for its vigorous vitality. Imagine a lush green plant so nutritious that Central American people praise it as a miracle vegetable packed with essential nutrients. Chaya takes the form of a lovely small shrub with broad, glossy leaves that sparkle in the sunlight, looking eye-catching and vibrant in the garden. Once planted, chaya can live for many years, growing nearly 2 meters tall and producing countless edible leaves with a flavor similar to spinach but completely different from ordinary greens. Amazingly, chaya thrives in intense sunlight, poor soil, and even drought conditions. It is nearly immortal, hard to kill by harsh weather. Simply snap off a small branch, stick it in moist soil, and you have a new chaya plant. Incredibly easy propagation. Even beginners can do it. Chaya leaves are rich in protein, calcium, iron, and essential vitamins, and they don't wilt as quickly as regular spinach, staying fresh longer and remaining delicious after cooking. To ensure safe consumption, you need to boil the leaves in water for 10 to 15 minutes to remove undesirable components, turning them into excellent food. This boiling process eliminates small amounts of natural toxins in the leaves, leaving you with tender green greens with an earthy flavor, perfect for adding to hot, nutritious stews. Whether you like omelets or spring rolls, chaya is truly more than just a vegetable. It's a life-saving food source. Once it's in your garden, chaya ensures your family has fresh, delicious greens all year round, never worrying about shortage. A small but highly effective tip: plant chaya near clumps of lemongrass or marigolds. These plants act as a natural barrier, repelling harmful insects while improving soil quality, keeping your chaya lush and pest-free throughout the seasons. That's why you should know about these 20 special vegetables. They grow like perennial fruit trees. You only need to plant them once, and they will persistently nourish you and your family for many years without replanting. Understand that these plants are not just garden crops. They are a smart, long-term investment in your own food security, towards sustainability and an abundant life. If there's one lesson that experienced gardeners all agree on, it's that the most bountiful harvests always come from plants that can cycle, continuously yielding without requiring too much effort. And the 20 amazing vegetables we introduced today are the most vivid and clear proof of that principle. These are vegetables that not simply grow from the soil, but they continue their mission of nourishing your family, making the land more fertile, and always reminding you of a truth. In the garden, patience is always rewarded. And before we say goodbye, don't forget one small thing. If today's video inspired you or gave you an interesting idea to try, please support us with a like and subscribe. By doing so, you'll never miss our next wonderful discoveries, where we share practical and cost-effective gardening tips to help you master your home garden. Let's grow together, not only lush green gardens, but also a lifestyle in harmony with nature, where we cherish and nurture life from the simplest thing. Goodbye and see you in the next videos. Until then, keep your hands dirty in the soil and your heart always turned toward your beloved garden.